Welcome back to Don's Life. Welcome to another rental review. Behind me I have a 2021 Chevrolet Tahoe. Let's have a closer look. Comes with remote start. We have the remote hatch release. Very familiar back here. We have our tie downs. We have the provision for a cover. We have storage. This is broken. I got it on video. I didn't break it. We have a little bit of storage under here. We have the fold flat seats. Simply pull on these latches and push down. We've got rear cup holders. We've got USB-C charging ports on both sides. We have vents in the ceiling and some courtesy lamps. We also have a wall plug here like you'd find in your home. We have the proximity sensor to get in. And here's our second row. We're going to sit in the back and see if a 6 foot tall person can sit there. So we're going to pull this lever here. It's going to fold the seat flat, and then one more time folds it up. So let's crawl in, fold this back up. Pull this down. There, look at that, 6 feet tall, lots of knee room. Head almost touches just back here. All in all, I could do it a few hours on a road trip. Would be very possible. To get out, pull the handle, pull it a second time, and it'll flip up. Right here is the adjustment to slide this row backwards or forwards. So now when I hop in, I have plenty of leg room, as you would expect from the second row if the third row already has a lot of room. But back here we do have two USB-C ports and the ability to do climate control, as well as way down here, you can almost not even see it, is another wall plug. Cup holders on top here, in ceiling ventilation, and that's it. The driver's door, you have your usual controls for your mirror adjustments, automatic up and down front windows, rear window control, and then settings for two driver positions on the seat. As you can see, we have power adjustable seats with lumbar support, and it's adjustable only in and out. This one doesn't adjust up and down, which is available on some higher trims. We do have the basic leather interior, just regular cloth floor mats, no all-weather floor mats. Some storage in the door. On the side here we have our electronic parking brake, traction control, park assist, auto stop and start. This is to turn on those wall plugs I showed you earlier. We have our auto 4x4. We have our 4 high. We have our controlled hill climb, and we have 2-wheel drive. And then we have our illumination controls here. We have our wiper controls. There's our gauge cluster. On the steering wheel, we have our cruise control settings. We have our collision warning detection button on and off there. This is where your heated steering wheel button would be, because my GMC AT4, that's where it is, and it looks like the same steering wheel. And then we have our hands-free controls, as well as this control area here helps you change everything in the gauge cluster there for all your various settings. We have our electronic gear selector here, and then we have this rather large touchscreen. All our controls for the touchscreen for volume, home screen, track previous and next, go back a menu, and then our selector here, so you don't have to use the touch features for everything. And then we have our dual climate control, where we have heated seats, 3-stage, and then you have the ability to just have the top of the seats heated for either the driver or the passenger, and then you can override the rear climate controls here. We got our USB-C, USB-A, our 12-volt. Down here we have a couple cup holders. This is not a charging pad. This is for your phone here. In previous models, this was an option. In the glove box, we have a removable tray. We have an SD card reader for maps, I presume. And then we have our USB ports again. And these are rather large. You can put a lot of stuff in these armrests. Up here we have a lock-in storage door. Our glove box is down here. Nothing fancy about that. And we got a little bit of leather trim here and there on the doors. Nothing too fancy. In the overhead, we have our home link, so our garage door controls. We have courtesy lights, OnStar, and we can control the hatch from here to open all the way 3/4 or off. And if I push this button, it will open the hatch. I'm not going to do that. And then you can turn the switch off here so your interior lights don't come on when you open the door. And then in the visor, we have illuminated mirrors. These are also telescopic, so you can block the sun out better. Let's have a look under the hood and see what powers this thing. This has a small heads-up display on it just for your collision warning. Let's see if I can get it to show. There you go. So you get a bunch of red lights that would flash on the windshield. Here's a closer look at the gauge cluster. Here you can see all the options and toggle with the steering wheel controls. Very common in all the GMC and Chevys of this time period. Here's our infotainment screen. Here's the home button. We have all our different settings. This one does not have navigation, so the SD card must be for some kind of updates. You have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as well as there's some apps available to download. And then you have all of your vehicle settings here. You can bring up your climate controls on screen, so you don't have to use this control panel down here, but you can use this and not interrupt by using this. Heated seats though is a manual button. Crank that up. All right, let's get this thing on the road. The weather north of here, where I'm going, they just got a skip of snow. So I'll leave it in all-wheel drive and let's go. kind of embarrassing, but I just got a speeding ticket, at least pretty sure. I was going a little bit over the limit, but a little more than I probably should have. All right, we're done with the rental for the day. I'm very used to this style of vehicle. I always love a big full-size SUV or a pickup truck. In this case here with the 5.3 liter power, not a problem. Very good, reliable engine. You know what you're getting. And when the power's there, you need it. Also this one here, if you were looking to tow a trailer, it does have some of the best trailer features. You can go through a whole setup in here and customize your trailer. It has all types of trailer tests, things you can do to make sure you're towing a trailer safely, especially if you're a novice. One thing about the infotainment system I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of is how close it is to this piece of leather trim, because getting to some of these bottom icons, I found that I have to like really push the flesh part of my finger in there, because if you have a little bit of a nail like I do right now, it holds you back. So might be difficult for some people. And then the shortcut buttons just seem strange being way down here. I feel that I wanted to touch the screen versus use any of the shortcut buttons down here. All in all, not a big deal, but I would definitely rent a Tahoe or a full-size SUV like this for any road trip. Always a pleasure. Anyway, that concludes today's review. If you liked it, hit that like button. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next rental review. Talk to you later.